Deep within the silent, shadowed corridors of human history lies a truth so profound and yet so deliberately obscured that acknowledging it could dismantle the very foundation of the modern medical and agricultural empires. Right now, your body is engaged in a silent war. The sheer exhaustion you feel, the mental fog that clouds your mornings, the inexplicable inflammation that ravages your joints, and the relentless turmoil within your gut are not normal signs of aging. They are the devastating symptoms of a biological famine. We are starving on a full stomach, poisoned by the very substance that was meant to be our ultimate source of strength. For thousands of years, bread was revered as the literal staff of life, a sacred covenant between the earth and human vitality, intricately designed to heal, to fortify, and to nourish the deepest cellular architecture of our bodies. Today, that sacred staff has been genetically mutilated, chemically soaked, and stripped of its soul, transformed into a biological weapon that is actively destroying the delicate ecosystem of your microbiome. But what if the secret to reversing your modern ailments, to sealing a leaky gut, and to awakening a primal, radiant energy did not lie in a sterile pharmacy, but buried deep within the ancient scriptures and the forgotten soils of the Holy Land? Welcome to Oak Remedies, where we unearth the forgotten wisdom of the ancients to heal the modern body. Today, we are embarking on a profound journey across time to rediscover the miracle bread, uncovering the hidden secrets of the primal seeds that were explicitly cultivated by our ancestors to harmonize with human biology. We are stepping out of the shadows of modern industrial food and returning to the light of ancient truth. The true secret of biblical healing begins with understanding the catastrophic shift in our environment. The bread sitting on your counter right now shares almost no genetic resemblance to the bread broken by prophets, kings, and ancient healers. Modern dwarf wheat, engineered for maximum yield and chemical resistance, is loaded with complex, mutated gluten proteins that the human digestive tract simply cannot decode. When this modern, alien protein enters your intestines, your immune system launches a violent attack, confusing your own tissue for a foreign invader. This is the root of the modern autoimmune epidemic. This is the origin of the agonizing bloat, the chronic fatigue, and the slow degradation of the gut lining known as intestinal permeability. But our ancestors knew a different way. They understood that the gut is not merely a digestive tube, but the root system of the human tree, the physiological second brain where our immunity is forged and our neurotransmitters are born. To heal the body, they knew they had to heal the gut, and to heal the gut, they turned to the profound, grounding medicine of the sacred grains. Our journey into these lost medical secrets begins with a seed older than empires, a humble, resilient grain that was considered the ultimate food of survival and strength in the ancient world. Long before the corruption of modern agriculture, this golden grain was the bedrock of sustenance for the ancient Israelites and the gladiators of Rome, who were literally called barley eaters. But its power goes far beyond mere calories. Buried within the fibrous matrix of this ancient seed is a miraculous soluble fiber known as beta-glucan. When this ancient form of barley enters your digestive tract, it does not spike your blood sugar or trigger inflammation. Instead, it forms a soothing, gel-like substance that gently coats the inflamed lining of the stomach and intestines. This gelatinous shield acts as a biological bandage, calming the fiery irritation of modern diets and providing a sanctuary for your beneficial gut bacteria to multiply. These microbes feed ravenously on the beta-glucans, producing short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. Butyrate is the holy grail of gut healing. It is the preferred fuel for the cells lining your colon, actively repairing microscopic tears in the gut wall, sealing the tight junctions, and halting the leakage of toxins into your bloodstream. By returning to this unrefined, ancient staple, you are not just eating. You are deploying millions of microscopic architects to rebuild the foundation of your immune system. Moving deeper into the ancient texts, we encounter a seed that refused to bow to the elements, a grain so fiercely protected by nature that it survived the darkest ages of human history completely uncorrupted. This is the ancient, thick-husked grain known to antiquity as spelt. Unlike modern wheat, which has been bred naked to shed its protective layers for easier processing, this primordial grain holds tightly to a robust, protective hull. This tough exterior protected the seed from ancient plagues, pests, and harsh climates. But it also means that its genetic code has remained incredibly stable and pure for over 9,000 years. The profound healing magic of this grain lies in its unparalleled water solubility. The nutrients and the ancient, fragile proteins within it are dissolved effortlessly in water, meaning that the moment it enters your digestive system, your body does not have to expend massive amounts of energy to break it down. For a gut that is already exhausted, inflamed, and damaged by modern, ultra-processed foods, this is nothing short of a miracle. The proteins are easily dismantled by your digestive enzymes, bypassing the inflammatory immune response entirely. Furthermore, this sacred seed is a powerhouse of essential trace minerals, zinc, iron, and magnesium, which abound in a highly bioavailable form. As it travels through your system, it acts as a gentle, nourishing prebiotic wave, stimulating the growth of robust, protective bacterial strains that crowd out pathogenic yeasts and parasites. It is the grain of endurance, a gentle giant of the ancient world that restores harmony to a chaotic digestive tract. As we trace the footsteps of the ancients across arid plains and sun-baked valleys, we discover a tiny, golden sphere that defies the harshness of the desert, a grain of profound resilience. This is the ancient pearl of sustenance, a staple mentioned alongside wheat and barley in the profound visions of the prophet Ezekiel. This tiny grain, though often overlooked in the modern Western world, possesses a unique physiological superpower. It is one of the only true grains on Earth that is inherently alkaline forming in the human body. The modern diet is a devastatingly acidic onslaught. Sugar, processed meats, artificial additives, and refined carbohydrates flood the human system with acid, creating a highly corrosive environment where inflammation thrives, pathogens multiply, and the delicate mucosal lining of the gut is slowly burned away. This tiny, golden seed acts as a profound biological countermeasure. As it is digested, it leaves an alkaline ash, gently neutralizing the acidic wasteland of the modern gut. It creates a cooling, soothing environment where the inflamed tissues can finally breathe and regenerate. Moreover, it is entirely devoid of gluten and packed with unique phenolic compounds that act as potent antioxidants, aggressively hunting down and neutralizing the free radicals that cause cellular damage within the intestinal walls. By embracing this tiny, golden pearl, you are shifting the very pH of your biological soil, making your body a hostile environment for disease and a fertile ground for profound, vibrant health. But there is a darker truth we must confront about the bread we consume today, which leads us to the original, untouched staff of life, the absolute genetic genesis of all wheat. Long before human hands began to manipulate and crossbreed plants for industrial profit, there was the single, primal strand of grain that sustained the earliest civilizations. This is the mother grain, the original DNA of sustenance. Modern wheat contains 42 chromosomes, a complex, chaotic genetic structure that produces the rigid, highly inflammatory gluten proteins responsible for the modern celiac and gluten intolerance epidemic. The primal mother grain contains only 14. It is elegant, simple, and structurally fragile. When we consume bread made from this original, ancient seed, the gluten structure is so weak and delicate that your stomach acids and digestive enzymes can shatter it almost instantly. It does not linger in the gut to putrefy. It does not trigger the zonulin pathway that tears open the tight junctions of your intestines. Instead, it delivers a massive payload of lutein, an antioxidant critical for cellular repair, and a rich profile of ancient, uncorrupted amino acids. For those who have suffered for years under the tyranny of modern wheat, discovering this 14-chromosome miracle is like waking up from a lifelong nightmare. It is the taste of the earth as it was intended, a profound reminder that nature, in her original design, never meant for our food to cause us pain. It is the true, uncorrupted staff of life, quietly waiting for humanity to remember its name. Finally, we unearth the giant of antiquity, a grain so powerful, so rich in life-giving force, that legends say its seeds were found perfectly preserved deep within the dark, silent tombs of the Egyptian pharaohs. This ancient colossal wheat, with its massive golden kernels, is a nutritional leviathan. It boasts a lipid profile completely alien to modern dwarf wheat, producing a rich, buttery energy that sustains the body for hours without the devastating insulin spikes that lead to metabolic collapse. The secret of this ancient giant lies in its extraordinary concentration of selenium and zinc, two minerals that are critically deficient in modern, depleted topsoils. Selenium is the master mineral of the immune system and the thyroid, while zinc is the essential building block for the enzymes that repair the gut lining and produce stomach acid. Without adequate zinc, your body cannot break down proteins, leading to widespread putrefaction in the gut. By consuming this colossal grain of antiquity, you are not merely filling your stomach. You are directly infusing your glandular system with the heavy, powerful minerals required to rebuild your body's defensive walls. It is a grain of kings, a dense, nutrient-packed powerhouse that commands authority over the modern metabolic crisis. Yet, possessing these 5 sacred grains is only half the secret. The ancients knew that to unlock the true healing power of the seed, it had to undergo a profound transformation. They did not simply grind these grains and bake them in a matter of hours. They understood the alchemy of fermentation. Every seed in nature is locked within a vault of phytic acid, an anti-nutrient designed to prevent the seed from sprouting until the conditions are perfect. When you eat unfermented modern bread, this phytic acid binds to the calcium, iron, and zinc in your gut, stealing them from your body and leading to silent, devastating mineral deficiencies. The ancients possessed the key to this vault, thyme and wild bacteria. Through the slow, deliberate, sacred art of natural sourdough fermentation, they allowed wild lactobacillus from the air to predigest the grain. This biological fire consumes the phytic acid, breaks down the fragile ancient glutens, and unlocks a treasure trove of bioavailable vitamins. The bread becomes living medicine. It becomes the miracle bread. We have been lost in a desert of artificial convenience, blinded by the illusion of modern progress while our bodies slowly break down from the inside out. But the ancient paths are still there, overgrown but not forgotten. The seeds of our ancestors are waiting to be planted once again in the fertile soil of our awareness. You hold the ultimate power to rebuild your biological temple, to banish the inflammation, the fog, and the pain, simply by changing the nature of your daily bread. The healing you seek is not a modern invention. It is an ancient memory waiting to be reawakened. If this journey into the lost shadows of historical healing has stirred something deep within you, if you are ready to reject the toxic narratives of modern industry and reclaim the primal vitality that is your birthright, then do not let this knowledge fade into the abyss. Subscribe to Oak Remedies right now. Join our sanctuary of truth, awaken your ancestral power, and let us continue this profound journey of deep, lasting healing together.